Hello everyone and welcome back to APWC. So this month, apart from all the shows and movies that I've already reviewed on this channel, I watched some other movies and shows as well and thought it would be unfair to not talk about them. So without wasting any time, let's begin.
Ready.
Trap. Well, Trap has a great first half and an equally messed up second half. The first half of this movie felt so interesting that somewhere the entire narrative gets shifted in the second half and you genuinely lose interest in the overall story. Josh Hartnett has done a fab job as the psychotic guy with childhood issues. The problem is I might have expected a little bit more, but nevertheless, you should always be happy with what you get. M. Night Shyamalan has a unique filmography as a director and I'm really not sure whether he's underrated or overrated. Next, I watched Monkey Man. This movie had so much potential, but too much shaky cams during action sequences gave me a headache. Storyline कुछ ज़्यादा यूनिक नहीं है. It follows the age-old plot of revenge which we have seen countless number of times in Bollywood.
ये क्या है बंचुआ? मेरी माँ की हुआ.
Dev Patel is in full form as an actor, director and writer.
The doctor put a screw in my hand and he goes, you cannot put more than a pound or two of pressure on this thing, otherwise it's like pulling a bent nail out of wood, you will ruin your bone.
The amalgamation of Hindu cultural history in the storyline blends very well with references to Ramayana and many other stories.
And if you go to a gym in India, you'll see Arnold Schwarzenegger, the bodybuilder Ronnie Coleman and Hanuman. And
Next, I rewatched Tumbbad. With the re-release of Tumbbad, I decided to rewatch it and yet again I was blown away by the simplicity and subtlety of storytelling, which is accompanied by great cinematography and an outstanding screenplay. Made on a budget of 15 crores, it made approximately 15 crores in its initial run in 2018, but ended up earning close to 26 crores during its re-release.
Oh my God! Wow!
That's what Tumbbad deserves. Also, the news that Tumbbad 2 might start shooting from 2025 makes me wonder what kind of reinvention in storytelling is Indian cinema going to witness. Too damn excited for Rahi Anil Bharve's next projects, Gulkanda Tales and Rakt Brahmand. Next, I watched Berlin. Bhai Sahab, kya movie thi ye? A deaf-dumb guy is presumed to be a spy, and a guy who knows sign language is called to interrogate the presumed spy. In between all of this, you have Rahul Bose, whose intentions are pretty unclear from the beginning.
He is compromised.
All the actors have done a fab job, and the person who came up with this unique casting should be awarded. It's good to see Apar Shakti doing more than the sidekick roles he is offered. Banda talented hai, and Berlin is a proof of that. Moreover, Rahul Bose steals the show whenever he is in the frame. Well, the experience speaks for itself. Ishwak Singh's performance was the best in my opinion. No dialogues, only actions. Next, I watched Subservience. This movie takes love with robots to another level, and thinking about that makes me question where the f*** are we heading towards. Subservience is basically Teri Baaton Mein Aisa Ulja Jiya, sans the humor and music.
Oh. ऐसा है क्या?
A direct comparison was made to Megan, which had a similar plot, and because of that, Subservience was termed as Megan for adults. Well, I won't disagree completely. Although this code looks kinda sus, but with Megan Fox on screen, I hardly doubt that the nerds will focus on the code. For all 90s kids who had a crush on Megan Fox after seeing her in Transformers, Subservience won't disappoint you for sure. Next, I watched Nunakkuzhi, a crazy ride of misunderstandings, which deals with a sex tape, a murder accusation, and a missing laptop. Jeetu Joseph follows the classic Priyadarshan troupe of comedy of errors. The Comedy is a solid 8 on 10 and doesn't rely on jokes, but on the way the characters deliver their dialogues.
Basically, I'm a rich man. Show some respect.
The humor doesn't look forced, and that's the beauty of this film. It's an easy breezy film which you can watch on a Saturday night and forget before the Monday blues hit. Next, I watched The Northman. Based on the tale of Hamlet, which inspired Shakespeare's Hamlet, was the major reason to watch this film, as I recently made a video on VB's Shakespeare trilogy on the occasion of 10 years of Heather. Although there are minor differences which makes the character of Hamlet different from the character of Hamlet. The entire cinematography gives the feel of how the Norse mythological tale of Hamlet would have unfolded back in the day. Both Valkyrie and Valhalla are mentioned in this film, which the MCU fans are well versed with. Alexander Skarsgård as Hamlet is in top-notch form.
I am Hamlet the Beowulf, son of King Arvan and Warraven, and I am his virgin!
Next, I watched Blink Twice. I had zero expectations from this film but ended up enjoying it so much.
That's what she said.
It was great to see Zoe Kravitz direct this film. She's an absolute pro, and I can say that with certainty. More than anything, I think this movie showcases feminism in the right way. How men exploit women without even their knowledge and consent is pretty common, but if women decide to take matters into their own hands, then all hell will break loose. Although the ending was a bit too much to digest, but I'll let that slide. I won't spoil this film for you, but let this be a reminder. Whenever a rich stranger calls you to his isolated villa, don't go. I repeat,
Don't go to it.
Next, I watched Vaazha, a movie that made me laugh and cry. I genuinely sat down and reminisced my school and college days. The boys getting in trouble again and again was just epic. Also, Basil Joseph as a cop was unexpected. I like such cameos which come unannounced.
Abdul Kalam, Vivekanand.
The only grouse is that they should have changed the ending a little bit by fast forwarding at least 10 to 15 years. Vaazha is truly a biopic of Billion Boys. The relatability factor is high, and it genuinely made me think of calling my friends up. But I think it's too late now. Next, I watched Cuckoo. Every time I watch a film like Long Legs, Late Night with the Devil, or something similar, I think there cannot be anything more weird than this. And then comes a film like Cuckoo, which crosses that threshold. What the fuck is wrong with rich freaks who want to experiment on human beings? I mean, seriously. The scene where Gretchen is cycling and you see someone is following her through the shadows was such a crazy scene. Overall, it's a decent horror thriller film with complexities which are hard to digest. The question, however, still remains, why is it that all the weird films have either A24 or Neon attached to them? Well, I don't have any complaints, but it surely is something to think about. Next, I watched Wolves. I was hyped for this film to see George Clooney and Brad Pitt together after Ocean's trilogy and Burn after reading, which, if you guys have not watched, then consider it as a recommendation from my end. There are moments in this film where I felt bored and ended up yawning, but still I enjoyed it. The cute banter between two professional fixers, where ego gets bruised and competency gets questioned, is a great plot to begin with. The end, however, is what blew my mind, when they both sit down to deduce the reason behind all that happened previous night. That's it for this video, guys. Comment down what you guys watched this month and I'll see you in the next one. और हाँ, अगर वीडियो अच्छा लगे तो सब्सक्राइब कर देना दोस्तों. मिलते हैं अगली बार. Till then, bye.